The morning after Michael Turner's fourth shift, police arrived at a shopping mall shuttered for 15 years to find his security desk abandoned. Resting on the desk were his flashlight and his radio. He hadn't taken them with him. Every exit was locked from the inside. Red lines on this floor plan show a completely sealed perimeter. No broken glass, no forced doors, no tripped alarms. Michael's gear was found at this yellow dot, in the center of a building he seemingly couldn't have left. Michael wasn't prone to flights of fancy. He was a rationalist who took this job because he didn't believe the local stories about the mall. To him, every shadow had a logical source. Because physical evidence shows no way out, the only remaining record of his shift is digital. To find where Michael went, we have to look at what was recorded on the mall's master hard drive. The footage from earlier that night shows a routine shift. Up until midnight, the feeds show nothing but empty corridors and the occasional flicker of a failing light. At 12:03 a.m., camera 14 changes. A girl in a white dress is suddenly standing in the middle of the food court. Michael reacts the way he was trained. He assumes someone has broken in, grabs his flashlight, and heads toward the food court to escort them out. This side-by-side comparison shows the discrepancy Michael encountered. On the right, his flashlight sweeps across an entirely empty room. But on the left, the monitor in the security office shows the girl is still there, standing in the center of his beam. When Michael returns to the office, the girl is still on the screen. She slowly raises her hand and points at the camera. Specifically, she's pointing at the space directly behind where Michael is sitting. The footage suggests that whatever this was, it didn't need to be physically present to be recorded. It was appearing within the security system itself to track Michael's movements. As Michael turns to look behind him, every monitor in the room suddenly cuts to static. As the feeds flicker back on, they track a movement toward the office. Camera 3, then 8, then 11, then 15. The girl is appearing on these cameras in a sequence that would be impossible for someone running through the hallways. Michael locks the security door and waits. The sequence of activated cameras stops right at the threshold of the room. Then 3 slow knocks come from the hallway. Michael looks through the small window, but the hallway is empty. The next set of knocks doesn't come from the door. It comes from the wall behind him, inside the room. The only monitor still working shows the room Michael is standing in. On that screen, the girl is standing 3 feet away from him. Then the power to the entire mall cuts out. The locked door didn't fail because of a physical breach. Once the girl was visible on the monitors inside the room, the physical barrier of the door was no longer providing any actual security. When the emergency lights kick in, the door is wide open. Michael runs. The cameras that are still powered capture him sprinting past the same abandoned stores and broken escalators over and over again. The floor plan reveals why he couldn't get out. Even when he runs in a straight line toward the exits, the hallways seem to lead him back to the same spot, the food court where the girl first appeared. In the final seconds of the tape, Michael stops running, exhausted. As he moves into the shadows, the girl steps out from behind a pillar. The audio captures a faint whisper, "Stay with me." When the police arrived hours later, they found no trace of a struggle and no evidence of anyone else having been in the building. Michael was simply gone. Former staff members claim the mall's system hasn't fully shut down. Every night at exactly 12:03 a.m., camera 14 still activates, showing the food court and the girl waiting. There is no evidence that Michael Turner ever left the building. Instead, the recording suggests the mall has become a closed loop, where the footage of the night keeps playing, but the man in the video never reappears.